Hey everyone, it's Amanda with Iron Will Dog Training. This is Forrest and River from Rocky Mountain Bernedoodles. They're two standard Bernedoodles and they're getting ready to go home to Arizona. They just got done with their kindergarten puppy training. So yeah, this is just a short video we put together for you to show you what they learned. Thanks so much. Okay, so this is the feeding ritual that we do with River and Forrest every day, twice a day. So we look for nose, eyes, ears. They need to be looking in your eyes, nose up for smell, and ears listening to you. They need to be asking you permission to have the food. You know, you should never just put it down and let them have it every time and not mess with them. You know, you have to do this. You have to take ownership over the food. It's very important. Also, just make sure to pet them while they're eating. Put your hand in the bowl, you know, and just make sure to do that just to prevent aggression in the future. And honestly, I would do this one at a time at home, you know, just to practice until you get it down. So rather the food is up here or on the ground, they need to be looking in my eyes, and then I say okay for them to have the food. Wait. Shh. Okay, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Okay, so I'm going to go over the crate ritual that we do with these guys. These are their crates, and they don't have the whole entire crate, but it's about, you know, that much. So the divider's still in there. I don't want them to have the whole entire crate area just yet. They still need to have a little bit of a smaller area, and then you can just take that out, you know, soon once they get bigger. But you don't want them to have too much room with them being this small still, and they're still working on the potty training. But they're both doing great, but this is where they sleep at night. And when we can, you know, during the day when we cannot take them with us, you know, if they're taking a nap and, you know, and if they want to just go in there, and they're very comfortable in here. They really like their crates a lot. And I like to just put thin fleece blankets in there for them to lay on. You don't want anything really thicker than that because with their longer hair, you know, their thicker coat, they just get too hot and then they'll just start panting and just get really uncomfortable. So don't put too much in there. The fleece blanket is perfect. I like to put during the day, I usually just take everything out at night, but the rawhide bones are in there so they can really gnaw on those, and plus they're still like doing major teething right now, so that's important to do. And then the Kong toys, Nyla bone, you know, those are all good. You can get the Kong, those round Kong toys with the hole in it, and you can like put peanut butter in there or just treats, but you could put peanut butter in it, freeze it overnight, and give it to them if you're going to be gone for a while. And they usually sleep all night, but there might be some nights where you might still have to get up, you know, early in the morning. But basically they're good from 10 p.m. till about 6 a.m. So that's how you should do it. 10 to 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Is when they need to get let back out. And as soon as you let them out in the morning, first thing is to go straight outside, nowhere else except straight outside. They have got to go to the bathroom, and just make sure you're taking them out, you know, frequently, you know, during the day, and, you know, they're getting their spot down in their new yard, and getting that all figured out. So, and they still have pretty small bladders, so, you know, if they are drinking a lot of water or eating a lot of food, you know, you just have to keep up with that so that they don't soil in the house. So, but yeah, so, and that's River right here. In this one, I've got Forrest out. He's on place, so he knows he can't come off of it until I release him from it. So, and Forrest is definitely the calmer, a little more mature brother, and just real chill. And then River, he's napping, but he's definitely a lot more higher energy. You know, very puppy, you know, just wants to play nonstop constantly. And then he crashes. So, but yeah, so that's that. And so and then when you're putting them in there, good boy. When you're putting them in there, just say kennel and they'll kennel. I just say Forest kennel, River kennel, and then I just use the dog food kibble. You know, when they do exactly as I say, when they do it correctly, I just give them that. I don't really use other treats because those get expensive, and the dog food kibble is perfect for that, because they really love their food, and their food is a reward. So, you know, no matter what. So yeah, but you know, they really enjoy it. So you just put them in there, and that's, you know, that's all that you need to say is just, you know, Forest kennel, River kennel. You know, don't say anything else. Don't get them overly excited, you know, or create anxiety and just, you know, or anything like that. They go off of your energy, so you really need to watch what you're putting off. So when you put them in the crate, it needs to be a calm, positive experience, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna do the place command with this is Forest. So the place command, you point to the area that you want them to go to and say, you know, Forest place. So it can be a cot like this, it can be a dog bed, a mat, a blanket, you know, whatever place you want them to go to, like up on a rock, a bench, you know, whatever, and they will do that. So just keep practicing everything, all the commands with them, so that they can have those down the rest of their life. But this is all you do. First, good, please. Good boy, good. And so when I tell him to place, he knows that he needs to stay on the place area. They can move around as much as they want on that area, but they cannot come off of it until you say okay or come, or whatever. So, but yeah, but this is a really good thing to have, especially if you're sitting down eating dinner or anything like that. They need to have their place to go to. You know, they should not be in your space. So just make sure that you always practice that at home. Good. So that's River, and I already explained it with Forest on, you know, the place command, but that's all you got to tell them. So River, come on. Good boy. So this is another thing that we do condition the puppies to, is like the blow dryer, just, you know, noises, the vacuum, because they are going to have to go to the groomer quite a bit, and they are going to have all of this, you know, on them, and it can be kind of nerve-wracking for them. So we get them used to that, and also just like, you know, touching them everywhere, you know, flipping them over, messing with their feet. You know, just all that stuff, brushing them with a brush. You know, this is very important, and to also do this stuff at home. You know, don't just let just the vet and the groomer do it, because they really need to be conditioned to it throughout their life, so that they're good to go and there's no, you know, aggressive behavior involved, if you're trying to, you know, touch them wherever. So yeah, so I'm gonna demonstrate that. So another thing I wanted to touch on, I don't think I said earlier, so you were asking if, if they can be in this area, if you cannot supervise them, like say you had an area like this in your house and you couldn't supervise them and you're going to go cook or whatever. So if you want to put them in that area and you feel comfortable with it and you know that they have pottied and everything outside and they're good for a little while, then that's fine. Otherwise, like if it's going to be a while until you can actually check on them, I would definitely recommend just putting them in their crate. Because you just, in case they do have to mess, you definitely want to catch them in the act. You don't want them to just be messing and just leave it there. So hopefully that, makes sense and, you can see what you want to do there. But I would definitely try to set up a pen where, kind of like this to where there's not like a table in there, like cause they will chew on the tables. So I would just, make it to where it's just your tile floor with their toys and it's just the pen. Cause I just would hate for them to start chewing on your dining room table and everything. But I mean, I wouldn't put them in that area until they are much older and you can actually trust them and they're kind of out of the teething stage. Cause right now they are major in the teething stage and they'll get into trouble. And, so whatever else you can think of, let me know, but go to my website and check all that stuff out and I'll explain everything on the video and we'll explain everything even more when you guys get here and show you what to do, what to tell them for everything. But they're doing really good, but sometimes there are still going to be some accidents and mistakes that they're going to make. So, cause they're still very puppy, they have a lot of maturing to do. But they're doing well, so they're really good boys. So, and very attentive. But yeah.
So I just want to run through the commands with you on what you kind of need to do and follow up with throughout his life. So, real quick, I have him on the leash here. So when you're working with him, have him on the leash so you can control him and correct him in the right way. But if you want to go on a walk, you're always first, not the dog. You are always first. So when you go to take off walking, say heel, and you walk first, okay? The leash is just there for security. You should know, or the dog should know his commands, and the leash is just there for reassurance so you can correct them. He has an auto sit, so when you stop, he sits. And then the down command, down, good. Stay, okay. And then you hold your hand out for stay, and then River, come. Good boy. And just make it nice and pleasant for the come command, and pop your hands together. on the sit, you just point up for sit, okay, and down, and then heel, and he should be right here at your heel. If he goes ahead of you, just give him a quick tug and release. Got the auto sit. Down. Good boy. Praise, but not too much praise. Okay? Then heel. Good. Sit. Good. Down. Good. Stay. Stay. River, come. Good. Sit. Always when they come to you too, you want to make sure that they do it with control. So when they come to you, they're not jumping on you or anything like that. Make them sit before you give them their praising. Okay? Everything in control. You don't want a crazy hyper dog. Don't get too excited, don't get too stern, okay? He's still in the learning stage. Feel? They're still very young, so they will make mistakes. But just correct them and move forward. Don't worry about those mistakes, just move forward and keep it positive.